Alright guys, welcome to Sports Weekly Review on Niger Anchor News. So this show always hosts every Wednesday, and what we normally do here, we just give you the review and the preview of all the sporting events, major sporting events around the world, most especially football. So we're going to give you the features from today till weekend, and then we'll not come your way again till Wednesday, midweek next week. So without wasting so much time, let's start going right there. So Saturday was April 20th, 2024, and then we have Sheffield United beat Burnley at home 4-1, and then we have Luton City versus Brentford. Brentford beat Luton City 5-1 at Luton City's home. Wolves lost to Arsenal 2-0. And then in the championship, Leicester City, who are topping the championship log table, they won 2 against West Brom. We have Huddersfield beaten by Swansea 4-0, and then we have Norwich head to 1-1 draw at Bristol, and then we have Rotherham versus Birmingham, which plays 0-0, and then we have Stoke City versus Plymouth 3-1 to Stoke City. Watford and Hull City 0-0. So we're going to move to Spanish La Liga. We have Celta Vigo beating Las Palmas 4-1, and then we have Rayo Vallecano beating Osasuna at home 2-1. Then we have Valencia versus Real Betis. Valencia lost 1-2 against Real Betis, and then we have Girona versus Cadiz. Girona beat Cadiz. Girona are third on the league table, just a few points behind Real Madrid, who top the table, and Barcelona, who are second in the league table. Okay guys, so let's quickly rush to Sunday features, and then as usual, we're starting with the Premier League. We have Everton beating Nottingham Forest 2-0. We have Aston Villa beating Bournemouth 3-1, and then we have Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace came back from 1 goal down to beat West Ham United 5-2. Fulham were dealt a lesson at their own backyard by Liverpool, as Liverpool won 3-1. So let's go to Spain. We have Getafe versus Real Sociedad 1-1, Almeria versus Villarreal 2-1 to Villarreal, and we have Deportivo Alaves versus Atletico Madrid 2-0 to Alaves, and we have Real Madrid versus Barcelona. That was the Clásico, which had a little bit of controversy. We're going to discuss that after the scores, and then Real Madrid won that one 3-2. They actually came back from 1 goal down to win the match, and this is like the 3rd straight time they're winning against Barcelona. So let's quickly move to Serie A. We have Sassuolo versus Lecce 3-0. Sassuolo were beaten at home. So we have Torino versus Frosinone 0-0. That was draw. Okay, so we have Salernitana versus Fiorentina 2-0 to Fiorentina. Then we have Monza versus Atlanta 1-2 for Atlanta. We remember what Atlanta did in the Europa, beating Liverpool 4-0 at Liverpool's home ground, Anfield, and then they still continue with an impressive win. So let's go to France League 1. We have Lille versus Strasbourg, and Lille won that match. We have Brest versus Monaco. Monaco managed to win 2 controversial goals, and then we have Paris Saint-Germain beating Lyon 4-1. Okay, on Sunday we also had a lot of matches from USA Major League Soccer. So we have Atlanta United versus Cincinnati. Atlanta United lost 1-2 to FC Cincinnati. We have SC Montreal 2-2 with Orlando City. We have Columbus Crew versus Portland Timbers 2-2. That match was a draw. Inter Miami FC versus Nashville SC 3-1 to Inter Miami. I think Lionel Messi scored 2 goals and assisted 1 for Sergio Busquets. Then the Toronto FC versus New England. The Toronto FC won that one convincingly. And then we have New York City FC versus DC United 2-0 for New York City. We have Chicago Fire versus Real Salt Lake 4-0. Chicago Fires were beaten at home. So guys, that's all we're going to take for the scores. Now let's get to yesterday matches. So we had some interesting matches yesterday, and we're going to start from the highest profile match. It was Arsenal versus Chelsea. Now we know that Arsenal are really playing well and Chelsea are kind of struggling, because up till now Chelsea have have not crossed the mid-table position that they had. They're always alternating between 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 9. At their lowest, they were 15 as on point, and at their highest, they were 9. So they were playing against title contenders. But some people call Arsenal title pretenders. I don't know how true that is, but I think Arsenal is playing good football. We didn't expect Chelsea to win, or neutral, seeking for a neutral ground. We didn't expect Chelsea to win. But again, we didn't expect that Arsenal are going to trash Chelsea up to 5 goals. And this match ended 5-0 with no reply from Chelsea. This is unbelievable. Like, nobody saw it coming. Then yesterday, also in Coppa Italia semi-finals, we have Lazio vs Juventus. Lazio beats Juventus 2-1. That is another unexpected result that nobody was expecting Juventus to lose that match 2-1. All right, guys. So let's get today fixtures as they come. Now, in the Premier League, we have Wolves versus Bournemouth. We have Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. We have Everton versus Liverpool. Manchester United versus Sheffield United. United in the middle. All these matches are playing by 20 o'clock, except the Wolves match, which comes out by 19:45. Then Italia, Coppa Italia semi-finals. We have Atlanta versus Fiorentina. And French League 1, we have Lorient versus PSG. We have Marseille versus Nice. We have Monaco versus Lille. And then going to Netherlands, we have FC Twente versus Almere City FC. We have Ajax versus Excelsior. Then we move to England Championship. We have Coventry City versus Hull City. They're going to sit themselves out today. All right, guys, so let's get one last day before we move to the discussion of today. So English Premier League on the 27th, that is 2 days away from today, we have West Ham United versus Liverpool, Fulham versus Crystal Palace, Manchester United versus Burnley, Newcastle United versus Sheffield United, Wolves versus Luton City, Everton versus Brentford, and Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Every match is starting by 12. Early match is starting by 12, followed by 15 o'clock down to 20 o'clock. So guys, that's all we have for the scores and the fixtures for today. So let's take one talking point. Now, the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid in La Liga had a very controversial moment where a goal by Lamine Yamal was disallowed. The goal, actually, according to the Barcelona players and the Barcelona fans, it crossed the line, but after checking, the VAR people said no, the ball did not cross the line and the goal was not allowed. Now, after the match, the Barcelona board, they petitioned the match and they insisted that audio from the dressing room, audio from the VAR room should be leaked to them and should be given to them. And then they played back the audios. They say the referee said all of the angles were not useful. That's why they didn't allow the goal. I don't know if that ball really crossed the line, because from the angles we are looking at this ball, it shows that the ball crossed the line, but then when you turn the camera the other angle, the ball is just on the line. So it's very convincing. It actually depends on how you're looking at it. I don't know how the VAR people look at it and they disallowed the goal, but the Barcelona team strongly believe that this was a goal, and if the goal was allowed, it would have changed the outcome of that match greatly. Anyways, that is all we have for today. Thanks so much for staying tuned. We are going to see you next week, Wednesday.